So it's been a few hours since the crazy battle between Elon Musk and Trump started. Now, as at this point, honestly, I still kind of feel as if this is all one big scheme. It's all planned out. Honestly, it just looks it looks too good to be just something that popped up. Elon Musk said about Trump that he's I don't want to say the word, right? That he's on the list, let's just say. Trump didn't say nothing. I feel as if this is all one big scheme. I don't really know what the intention is going to be. I have a lot of assumptions. There's a lot of different things I can think of as to why they might be doing it. All I'll end up saying, though, here is this. We're not sure, but we're paying close attention because this feels fishy. It smells fishy. It feels fishy. I get itchy. It is an interesting situation. Let's just put that out there right now. Looking at our coins, though, honest truth, we've recovered quite nicely. And that's the thing. There will be many more of these type of shifts or all of a sudden news announcements that crash the market. And the thing is, often they do last a few days. I will have to admit that this was a very short-lived type of crash. A real unnatural one, though. But let me just say it. I personally think you should see every single one of these opportunities as a blessing. Like, for example, ETH here. Let's just quickly see how low Ethereum went. This is not the perfect chart, but just to give some sort of idea. So it probably went below $2,400 in ETH. And a few days ago, it was at what? 2,700. It's been trading at that level for such a long time. Realize for yourself, you're getting yourself a very steep discount because of Elon. You should be quite thankful. Just like Bitcoin at $100,000 back. Again, XRP probably at what? $2.07? Maybe something like that. $2.07 is what I'm seeing right there. Indeed. Right now, back to $2.13. You might think that it's not worth buying a falling freaking whatever. Guys, when the price starts falling so much, you don't want to be the first to buy. But sometimes these coins are at such a low level, you just can't do anything else but scoop up a little bit, right? And the way I personally see it is, nobody's ever lost money buying these freaking coins into oblivion. Just clicking that buy button, as long as you're buying top tier coins. They will eventually, not financial advice, go up in value and go up in value by a significant amount. And honestly, I feel as if whenever these coins go down significantly, I see it as a crazy good opportunity, partially to layer further into the bots. I've already covered on multiple different occasions that a big part of the strategy is to actually double down as prices go lower. For example, with Fartcoin, 𝗵𝗵𝗃, BNB, virtual, we only put in, or ADA even, we only put in a very small amount so we can actually double down. So if you take a look at Cardano, for example, right here, just give it a little second to load on in. You can see we are roughly down 50% or so on this position. Instead of stopping it, taking my loss, what I actually think is wise at a moment like this is to just add a bit more into the bot. For example, here, I'm going to be adding another $1,500 to this position right now as we speak. Why am I doing that? Well, because again, as of this point, the price is down so much that it's really not the stupidest of ideas to just get myself a bigger and, I guess, for the long term, better position. So as you can see right now, I've got myself about $3,000 as an actual investment, and we're theoretically speaking only down about 25% or so because we are averaging in. And for many of the bots, this is a very wise idea. I can't recommend it for everybody because, again, look at our 10K to $1 million challenge. I already told you this could take a very long time and have a lot of suffering in the midst, right? We're trying to do it as fast as possible though, which is why we're doing a 5x long on XRP. If we want the easiest journey with least of these minus 70% type of ordeals, we got to do a 3x Bitcoin long. But again, we want to do it fast. But here, for example, on the bull run Solana bot, this again could be a nice idea, again, to put a bit more. Let me just add another, for example, $1,000 here into the Solana bull run bot. Why? Again, because we're trying to make use of the price being so low. The bot, obviously, at the same time, still, as you can see here from the ADA bot that I've still got open, it's still, whenever the price goes down, lower buys, and whenever the price goes up, sells. But for ADA, it's been open for a month. It's not actually had that much volatility. It's only been able to cash out a few percent worth of profit. Obviously, this was a bit more, but I doubled the investment. So it was only about, let's say, 7% or so that it was able to make in the month, right? And for example, let's just scroll down here. Which one's in good amount of profit? The XRP bot was able to make us, we put $3,000 in, it was able to cash out $450 in just a month and a half. The XRP main bot, we put 50K in, it was actually able to cash out almost $6,000 in just 1 month, all right? So just having a $50,000 bankroll netted us basically $6,000 in quote-unquote passive income from the bot just trading. And even though the unrealized profit might be gone now because the XRP price is back towards our entry, we are trying to keep this open for the longer term so it keeps cashing out, cashing out, cashing out. And yes, we might get lucky, we might get unlucky on the short term with this unrealized P&L, but it's all about how much this grinds out over the longer term. I keep reminding people of that. But again, if your bot is significantly down and you're worried about it, all you got to watch out for is this liquidation price right there. That price can never be hit, which is why there's a button right here for extra margin. It just means you add some dollars so the actual leverage is lower. It's just so this liquidation price goes down. For example, if I again add another $300 to this position, you can see I lower my liquidation price from 70 cents to 57 cents. I can do that right there. It's not necessary here because the price is $1.70. So if I, again, wanted to take it out, I can actually withdraw, for example, $300 or maybe even $400. I can take it out. Why? Because I don't need it, so I can keep the rest of my money to add to other positions, etc., etc. Now the liquidation price is 75 cents, but we've got $1 that the price can go down for. I think that's fine. So while you may be thinking that we're losing money here, I kind of see it as long as you do not sell it, as long as you do not stop your bot, it's continuously buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. And again, you got to understand that this is a longer term strategy. If you open it long and the price starts going up, you make a ton of money instantly, right? The bots, you open a pretty big long straight away, you also make a lot of money, the price goes up straight away. But the most preferable option is the price ranging up and down and up and down. So every single time it goes down, it buys. Every single time it goes up, it sells. And then eventually, after a while of that, it just shoots up and starts doing the ranging right there. Why? Because then, let me just quickly show you. You've got such a high amount already in grid profits that this unrealized profit can swing a bit more, but you're still in a total profit. But here, for example, Bitcoin, we opened this at 88. Right now it's 102. Even if we go back to 88, we'd still be in profit because of the grid cash out. And the same for our bigger Bitcoin bot right here. We opened this at 94. Sorry, not 102, right? If it goes back to 94, well, theoretically speaking, we should be at zero again, right? But we already cashed out a few $1,000s. So the moment it goes back to that level, we're actually still in about 5% worth of profit or so. So the more time we give this, the more and more profit it'll be in. And so if we look back in a few months, let's say we look back at this at half a year. Let's say right now I've got maybe $500,000 or so. No, I've got slightly more than that. Let's just say I've got $800,000 sitting in these bots, right? I think over half a year, let's just say they're up a few $100,000, even if the price is only up 10% of the crypto market. So if we're just only up slightly, we'll probably still be up half our money in the next half a year, let's say. Most likely significantly more. I'm just staying very, very conservative. Obviously, nothing is financial advice, though. These are just my thoughts and my strategies. But even if the price does not go up too much, we'll still be up a ton because, again, the constant buying and selling. But it's nice, though, that we were able to add some more to our ongoing bots. For some people, this is the hardest thing to do. They look at this and think, why? It's a big loss. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of it. You will see this turn to thousands of dollars in the profit. All it takes is some time. People get impatient, but it's all part of the process. It's what you're getting into. You almost have to have this to be able to make the tons of profit. Again, guys, I'm not joking. If you do not think this is a good idea, just don't touch any of it. Just watch me go through it and you'll see. All right. I'm not really confident about a lot of things. Let me just say it like in a different way. I'm not really somebody who talks this confidently about something that he's not quite sure of. In this case, I am very, very positive this is still amazing, regardless of what this may look like. Anyway, I just wanted to quickly share that. Yeah, let's go back to the Trump-Elon situation. There was an interesting post here. The reality of the Trump-Elon situation. Trump calls for rate cuts after bad job data, indicating recession. Powell says inflation is lowering, no need to cut rates. This is all part of the process. Trump is upset, crashes out on Elon, knowing Elon will retaliate and cause market to face pressure, with Tesla being in the NQ and S&P, etc. Powell now faces tough decision, with market sell-off occurring much faster than intended. Elon and Trump make up, proper bills established, government deficit fines way to decline versus increase, Elon keeps some of his EV credits. Printer turns on, rate cuts begin, V-shaped recovery, market flourishes, people happy with the political situation, rough estimate 90 to 120 days. Now, on that note, I will say again that I still believe world politics for the most part are already planned out. I don't think Trump is the person who's going to a lot of these talks, going on the internet and tweeting something he's thinking of. I think there's a lot of people that go in front of him to think for him. And even when you see him speaking in public, right, I very often believe he's saying, that's very good. Blah, blah, blah. He's doing a little speech of sorts because, again, they're telling him in his ear what he's probably having to talk about. Not 100% sure on that, but I still believe in the bottom of my heart that most of what you see when it comes to these type of politics is just all dust. It's just all a show. I don't buy it too much. Really, Elon's statements of today are so severe, I don't buy it anymore. I think there's something bigger going on there. It could just be that it's pettiness, but I'm not on that field. I still think there's something bigger going on. Maybe it's just to manipulate the market. Maybe it was literally done to make prices go down. Maybe Elon will just eventually say, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But it could also be they're together right now just laughing, sipping their coffee, laughing at the freaking market that went into a turmoil. Or Elon is literally quite evil, doing all this to become a political leader and gain a ton of attention. Or it's Trump's side who's doing this to basically make Elon the scapegoat. We'll not know, but it's an interesting thing to watch, that's for sure. But yeah, that's about it for this little crypto update. Again, I'm still extremely bullish, just buying these freaking dips like there's no tomorrow, but mostly with the bots. I'm not there actively clicking most dips except for Bitcoin and XRP, because right now it doesn't seem to be the best of spots for it, but those usually only reflect over a few month period. In a few months, we'll realize just how crazy this opportunity was, and you got to keep reminding yourself of that. But yeah, that's about it.